Happy Friday, beautiful people. Welcome in. My name is Jen, and I just show people how I get through life in the most positive and authentic way. Because I know everything is not perfect, but we got to push through and keep going. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I promise you will love it here. Now let's get into today's topic. Setting boundaries. That is an uncomfortable space to be in 95% of the time. Why is that? Because 90% of the time you're setting boundaries with someone that you have already had a previous relationship with, and maybe your relationship went a certain way, and now you're setting boundaries and you're changing the foundation of said relationship. I'm going to use one of my relationships as an example. So, years ago, I was married, and prior to us getting married, we had some issues with my ex deciding to cheat. I ain't going to even sugarcoat it. Deciding to cheat, okay? Cheating is not an accident. Cheating is not a mistake. I don't care what you say. You don't slip and fall into things. You choose to do certain things. There's a thought process. There's planning. There's execution. All that goes with cheating. So a lot of people say, well, you know, it was a mistake. No, cheating is a decision. So anyway, we reconciled and we started going to church. And in us going to church, I felt like, all right, we got a good foundation in the church. We had a pastor and first lady that we really trusted and believed in, and a lot of married couples around us. So I was like, yo, this is a great foundation. So as time passed, we decided to go ahead and get married, right? It was my understanding till death do us part, and you know, it's just us in this relationship until I found myself in a throuple without asking to be in a throuple, nor being privy to the fact that I was in a throuple. Okay. So that happened again. When I started setting boundaries, meaning when I started preparing for my exit from said relationship, my ex did not like this at all. He was not happy about it. He really was trying to quote unquote poke the bear, because prior to me setting boundaries, not only, and the reason why, and I know what a lot of people are going to say, well, why would you set boundaries instead of just leaving and never talking to him again? We had a child together. So I was going to deal with this person for the rest of mine or his life. So I had to set boundaries. And one of those boundaries was, you're not going to treat me like this anymore, because I'm done. I'm not going to try with you. I'm not going to attempt to reconcile anymore. These are the decisions that you have made in life, and you're showing me who you are, so I'm going to believe you finally, and I'm going to go my way, you're going to go yours, but we're going to raise this child together. Those are the boundaries I set. So prior to me setting these boundaries, he used to do stuff to try and bait me back into the relationship. For instance, I would say, you know, I'm done, you know, and I would go off and hey, I wasn't as close to God as I am now, so have I destroyed some clothes? Maybe. Did I destroy some person? Maybe in a fit of absolute rage. That's another reason why I started setting boundaries, because I started realizing this person was taking me out of my character, and I was starting to take on the characteristics of anger and resentment and just not having a good spirit as they were. And I'm like, wow, I'm changing to meet where they are. That's crazy. So anyway, the boundaries I was setting was, you're not going to treat me like this no more. Now, we were still living in the house together. I had no idea how or when we were going to split, but I just knew that I couldn't be in that situation anymore. So one of my major boundaries was, you cannot sleep in this bed anymore. You cannot share the marital bed. You're not doing marital practices. You're not acting like you're married. You will not be in this marital bed. So I kicked him out of the bedroom. The next thing was, I will not be performing my wifely duties whatsoever. That's cut off, done with, done. When I'm the type of person, when I love hard. When I'm done with you, I am done, with a capital D. all caps, okay? That means I don't want to reconcile, I don't want to hug, I don't want to high five. I'm done. And when I knew I was done, I cut off everything. That means I'm not cooking for you. If you get sick, I'm not helping you. And that may sound petty, but literally, these are things that I had to do for my mental health, for my mental well-being. I had to unplug from this relationship completely. That means the friends that you had that became my acquaintances or friends, all of them cut off. I cut off so many people. And I just pulled back. While I'm no Beyonce, I know that I'm a good woman. I work hard. I can take care of a house. I can cook. I can take care of the kids. I know how to cater to my man. All these things. I know how to boss up and hey, if you fumble the ball, I'm going to pick it up. Like, that's the way that I was thinking. Like, we are a team. It's us against the world type thing. My ex, on the other hand, was more like, hey, let's be in a throuple. And, like, I wasn't privy to the whole throuple situation. Like, I didn't know that I was in a throuple. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So it was like, yeah, you can't really be in a throuple and be married. That ain't how that work. So, I decided to start setting boundaries. Now, my boundaries might sound petty. The way I went about it might not be right. Whatever you want to say. But I had to do what I had to do for my mental health. So, when we got married, well, right before we got married, we started going to church. So I figured, okay, we're in church. We have a foundation. We have a pastor and the first lady that we trust and love. We're around all these successfully married couples. And when I say successfully, I don't mean that they just happy-go-lucky holding hands and kissing every 5 minutes. I mean, these were marriages and people that have been together 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and have been through the storm and made it to the other side. So I figured, okay, we got a lot of mentors that are married around us. We can do this. So we end up getting married. We joined the church. We joined another church. We got married. Everything was gravy. Until he decided to go back to the whole throuple situation. You cannot have a throuple and be married. Like, not to me. The old me used to be like, well, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? Like, did I not cook the right food? Like, I used to pick at myself. And my self-esteem was in the toilet. So, they really used that to their advantage. And would make me feel even worse about myself. And use that as an excuse for their actions. Okay? I don't care what anybody says. And it may be an unpopular opinion. Some people say, well, that brother slipped up. Or that sister slipped up. No, you don't slip up and cheat. You decide to cheat. Cheating has to do with a decision in the mind, an action with the body, and an execution of the action. Okay? I don't care what anybody says. Those three things have to happen for you to cheat. You don't just slip and fall and get swept up. It's not a Lifetime movie. In your mind somewhere, you have thought about stepping out on your mate. And it just so happened that when it happened, that was the day. I used to pick at myself and wonder, like, why? So I finally just got tired of it. And I was like, I'm done. I'm out of this marriage. I don't want to be here anymore. I didn't know how, when, or why I was going to leave. I just knew that I had to leave for my mental well-being. Because it was weighing on me. It was making me angry. It was making me act out. And one night that I know was like the deciding factor for me, I was putting my infant son to bed. He must have been about, 3 or 4 months old. And when I was putting him to bed, my ex had come home and he had been having a good time. The spirits were flowing, okay? So he was on one. So he come in and I remember standing at the top of the stairs and he's standing at the bottom of the stairs and he says to me, I don't have to come back here. I got somewhere to go. And I'm like, I said, oh, really? Because at this point, like, I just didn't care. I had checked out of the marriage completely. And he says, yeah. He says, she cooks for me. She does this for me. She washes my clothes. She does this, that, and the third. And I just listened. I didn't say anything. I didn't cry. And I had no reaction whatsoever. And he just stood there because he used to do things like that to hurt my feelings. So then he says, yeah, I got somewhere to go, just to let you know. And I never forget, I'm patting my baby on, you know how y'all pat the baby on the back or on the bottom and help him go to sleep, and I'm rocking him at the top of the stairs. And I said to him, do me a favor. The very next time you go to this wonderful place where this lady cooks for you, sorry y'all, my phone out, and she takes care of you, and she washes your clothes, and she does all these amazing things for you, please, next time you go there, pack up all of your things, like everything that you own, everything that's here that you own, take them over there and move in and never come back. And that would be the greatest gift you could ever give me. I literally said it like that. I didn't cuss, I didn't yell, I wasn't screaming, I wasn't crying. I was so dry with him because I was done. And I'm the type of person, when I'm done, I'm done. So that was the beginning of me setting boundaries. Another boundary is, you want to do what you want to do, you cannot sleep in this marital bed. You want to do what you want to do, I'm not performing wifely duties. I ain't cooking. I ain't checking in with you to see where you at. I'm not doing none of that. I started just raising my kids as if I was a single mother and he was in the house. Because 9 times out of 10, I was doing so many things by myself anyway. It was like I might as well continue to do them by myself. I was the one getting up with the baby. I was the one bathing the baby and having to take the baby to a sitter because I don't even know where you're at half the time. I was the one getting my oldest son off to school. I was the one, you know, making breakfast and bottles and all this other stuff. I was doing all of that. So I was like, why not? I'm already doing it, so it's possible for me to continue doing it. I got this. So it was hard. There was a lot of, like, you know, sleepless nights and whatever. And he would just kind of like be there, but not really there. Like, he was present physically, but like we weren't talking, we weren't dealing with each other. Basically, he was like a freeloading roommate. Because when I stopped dealing with him, he chose to stop paying bills. And both of our on the lease, and most of the utility bills were in my name because I was the one with the more stable job when we started renting this house. So I didn't even have the energy to take him to court to evict him, y'all. I was so focused on just my kids. So these are the boundaries that I set. Well, he didn't like that. So he started acting out for real. He started pretending as if he wanted to reconcile the marriage. He started doing this fake depression thing about how I'm trying to tear up his family. He started going to the church, lying to people, saying that I had found another man. And it's like, when did I even have time to find anybody? I'm raising these kids by myself. So sometimes setting boundaries is really uncomfortable because you are changing the nature of the relationship. But I will say this, for the betterment of your mental health, setting boundaries is often necessary. So whether it be your family member, your friend, whoever, if things don't feel good to your spirit, go ahead and set those boundaries. And if they don't adhere to them, then you know that those people don't belong in your life. If you made it to the end of this video, I love you for real. Peace and blessings. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And let me know down in the comments, what kind of boundaries are you setting for others?